In this video, we're diving deep into the sweet world of 1970s desserts, a time when recipes were as colorful and creative as the decade itself. These nostalgic treats brought joy to countless homes across America, and it's time we bring them back to life. Number 1. Lazy Daisy Cake. Lazy Daisy Cake is a unique old-fashioned dessert that was especially popular in the mid-20th century, with a resurgence during the 1970s. What makes this cake stand out is its simplicity combined with the distinctive flavor of its broiled topping. The cake itself is made from basic ingredients like eggs, sugar, flour, and milk, creating a light and fluffy sponge. However, the real star is the caramelized coconut topping that is broiled after baking. This topping is prepared by combining butter, brown sugar, shredded coconut, and heavy cream. Once the cake is baked, this mixture is spread over the top and placed under the broiler for just a few minutes, allowing the sugar and coconut to melt and form a rich, crispy layer. The result is a delightful contrast between the tender, airy cake and the chewy, sweet topping. Lazy Daisy Cake was often served at family gatherings and potlucks because it was quick to prepare, yet had an impressive appearance and taste. The cake's mild sweetness makes it a perfect canvas for the deeply caramelized topping, creating a nostalgic blend of flavors. It's a versatile dessert that pairs well with tea or coffee and can be enjoyed warm or at room temperature. Additionally, variations of the recipe sometimes include chopped nuts or even spices in the batter to add extra depth to the flavor. This cake has remained a timeless favorite for those who appreciate vintage recipes with a touch of homemade charm. Number 2, Bavarian Cream. Bavarian Cream is a luxurious chilled dessert that blends rich custard with light, airy whipped cream to create a silky, velvety texture. The core of Bavarian Cream is its custard base, made by gently heating egg yolks, sugar, and milk until thickened, and then cooling it down before folding in whipped cream. The key element that sets Bavarian Cream apart from other custard-based desserts is the addition of gelatin, which allows the cream to set into a firm yet delicate consistency. Historically, this dessert was known for its elegant presentation, often molded into intricate shapes before being served. In the 1970s, it was a popular choice at dinner parties due to its refined yet relatively simple preparation. Flavors like vanilla, chocolate, or fruit purees, such as raspberry or strawberry, were commonly incorporated into the cream, adding variety and depth to the dessert. It was often served with a fruit compote or sauce, which contrasted beautifully with the smooth, creamy texture. Bavarian Cream could also be used as a filling for cakes or pastries, adding an extra layer of indulgence to baked goods. Its balance of richness and lightness made it a favorite choice for those looking to end a meal on a sophisticated but not overly heavy note. Number 3, Apple Brown Betty. Apple Brown Betty is a traditional American dessert dating back to colonial times, but it saw a resurgence in the 1970s as an easy, comforting way to use everyday pantry ingredients. This dessert features layers of sliced or diced apples, typically seasoned with cinnamon, nutmeg, and sometimes lemon juice for a touch of brightness. Instead of a pastry crust, what makes Apple Brown Betty unique is its topping of buttered breadcrumbs or crumbled bread, which provides a crunchy contrast to the soft, spiced apples beneath. The breadcrumbs absorb the juices from the apples during baking, creating a rich, slightly caramelized flavor. A key advantage of Apple Brown Betty over other fruit-based desserts is its simplicity. It doesn't require any special ingredients or techniques, making it an ideal choice for home cooks looking to create something delicious with minimal effort. Traditionally, it was baked in a deep dish and served warm, often with whipped cream, ice cream, or even a drizzle of cream. Variations of the recipe can include raisins, nuts, or even a splash of cider to enhance the flavor. Apple Brown Betty's rustic charm and rich history make it a nostalgic favorite that's both economical and satisfying. Number 4, Chocolate Mayonnaise Cake. Chocolate mayonnaise cake was originally conceived during times of rationing, particularly around World War II, when fresh ingredients like eggs and butter were scarce. The use of mayonnaise, which contains oil and eggs, became an ingenious solution for adding moisture and richness to cakes without the traditional fat sources. This cake offers an ultra-moist texture, which distinguishes it from drier alternatives, and its structure tends to be dense but tender, creating a satisfying mouthfeel that holds its shape well. Unlike more common chocolate cakes that rely on butter or oil separately, the mayonnaise provides a unique emulsified fat source, leading to a velvety consistency. The cocoa powder in the cake gives it an intense chocolate flavor, and bakers often preferred using a dark, unsweetened cocoa to balance the sweetness of the cake. Another feature that made this cake popular in the 1970s was its ability to maintain moisture over time, making it ideal for large gatherings or events where desserts needed to be prepared in advance. It was sometimes paired with fillings like fruit jams or layered with custards, adding to its versatility. The ease of preparation combined with readily available ingredients ensured its enduring popularity in home kitchens across the country. Number 5. Butterscotch Lush. Butterscotch Lush is a rich, layered dessert that became especially popular in the 1970s for its indulgent yet surprisingly easy preparation. The base of the dessert typically consists of a buttery graham cracker or shortbread crust, which adds a crunchy, slightly salty contrast to the sweet layers above. The second layer usually involves a smooth mixture of cream cheese, sugar, and whipped topping, providing a creamy, tangy richness that balances the sweetness of the dessert. The highlight of the dish is its signature butterscotch pudding layer, made from either instant pudding mix or homemade butterscotch pudding. The flavor of butterscotch is a deep caramel-like sweetness derived from brown sugar and butter, which makes it more intense than typical caramel. This butterscotch layer is spread over the cream cheese layer, and the dessert is finished with a final layer of whipped topping, often garnished with crushed nuts, butterscotch chips, or even shaved chocolate for extra texture and visual appeal. What made Butterscotch Lush so appealing in the 1970s was its ability to be prepared in advance and stored in the refrigerator until serving. The chilling process allows the layers to set and the flavors to meld together, making each bite a blend of creamy, crunchy, and deeply sweet textures. It became a favorite for potlucks and family gatherings, offering a visually impressive, multi-layered dessert that could feed a crowd without much effort. Number 6. Carrot Raisin Cake. Carrot Raisin Cake is a flavorful, moist dessert that emerged as a popular variation of traditional carrot cake during the 1970s. The combination of grated carrots and sweet raisins provided a natural sweetness and a tender, dense texture, making it a nutritious yet indulgent dessert. The carrots contribute moisture, allowing the cake to stay fresh for days, while the raisins add a chewy contrast to the soft crumb. Often spiced with cinnamon, nutmeg, and sometimes ginger, the cake carries a warm, fragrant aroma that enhances the overall flavor. One of the distinguishing features of carrot raisin cake is its versatility. Some recipes incorporate crushed pineapple or applesauce, adding even more moisture and a subtle fruity undertone. Chopped nuts, such as walnuts or pecans, were frequently added for extra crunch and richness. The cake was typically topped with a classic cream cheese frosting, which provided a creamy, tangy contrast to the sweetness of the cake. While carrot cake has persisted in popularity, the addition of raisins, pineapple, and spices makes this version uniquely 1970s. It was often baked in sheet pans for ease, making it a perfect dessert for potlucks or family gatherings, where its dense, spiced flavor satisfied a wide range of tastes. Number 7. Grasshopper Bars. Grasshopper Bars are a dessert inspired by the classic grasshopper cocktail, which features a refreshing combination of mint and chocolate flavors. These no-bake bars became a hit in the 1970s, loved for their vibrant green color and indulgent layers. The base of grasshopper bars is typically a chocolate cookie or brownie-like crust, often made from crushed chocolate wafer cookies or Oreo cookies, mixed with melted butter to form a firm and crunchy foundation. The middle layer is where the signature mint flavor shines. This layer is typically a creamy mixture of whipped cream or cream cheese, sugar, and crème de menthe liqueur, or mint extract for a non-alcoholic version, which gives the bars their characteristic green hue. Crème de menthe adds a cool, refreshing, minty flavor that contrasts beautifully with the rich chocolate base. The creamy mint layer is smooth and light, creating a perfect balance between the textures. The top layer is usually a rich, dark chocolate ganache or melted chocolate that sets into a firm shell, providing a glossy finish and a deep chocolate flavor to counter the sweetness of the mint filling. For added texture and decoration, some recipes include a sprinkling of crushed peppermint candies or chocolate shavings on top. These bars became a favorite for entertaining, as they combined striking visuals with an irresistible flavor combination. The cool mint and rich chocolate made them an ideal choice for after-dinner treats or special occasions, offering a bit of retro flair and decadence. Number 8. Pineapple Bavarian Cream. Pineapple Bavarian Cream is a tropical twist on the traditional Bavarian cream, incorporating the sweet and tangy flavor of pineapple into the classic custard-based dessert. This version is made by first creating a silky custard using egg yolks, sugar, and milk, which is then thickened with gelatin to give it structure. Once the custard has cooled to room temperature, crushed pineapple is folded in, often with the juice strained to avoid making the dessert too watery. The addition of pineapple adds a bright, fruity element to the otherwise rich and creamy texture of the dish. The custard-pineapple mixture is then combined with whipped cream, which lightens the texture, giving the dessert a fluffy, mousse-like quality. The dessert is typically chilled in a mold, allowing it to set completely before serving. This makes it a visually impressive centerpiece, often topped with more whipped cream or garnished with fresh pineapple slices for added flair. Pineapple Bavarian Cream was especially popular in the 1970s as people gravitated toward lighter, more refreshing desserts that balanced richness with fruitiness. This dessert was often seen at special gatherings and dinner parties because of its elegant presentation and balanced flavor profile. The creaminess of the custard pairs beautifully with the tartness of the pineapple, making it both a light and indulgent treat at the same time. Number 9. Oatmeal Scotchies. Oatmeal Scotchies are a beloved cookie that emerged in popularity during the 1970s, combining the wholesome texture of oatmeal with the rich, buttery sweetness of butterscotch chips. These cookies stand out from typical oatmeal-based desserts due to the addition of butterscotch, which imparts a caramel-like depth and warmth that complements the chewy oats perfectly. The oatmeal provides a hearty texture, making these cookies not only flavorful, but also slightly more robust than standard cookies. The recipe usually starts with a base of creamed butter and sugar, followed by the addition of eggs, vanilla, and dry ingredients like flour, baking soda, and spices, typically cinnamon, which enhances the butterscotch flavor. Rolled oats are then folded in, along with a generous helping of butterscotch chips, creating pockets of sweet melted butterscotch within the soft, chewy cookies. One of the reasons oatmeal scotchies became so popular in the 70s was their ease of preparation and the nostalgic, comforting flavor they offered. They were perfect for after-school snacks, holiday gatherings, or simply as a way to enjoy a twist on traditional oatmeal cookies. The contrast between the chewy oatmeal and the sweet, smooth butterscotch made them a hit for both children and adults alike, offering a unique blend of textures and flavors that has stood the test of time. Number 10. Millionaire Pie. Millionaire Pie is a no-bake, decadent dessert that gained popularity in the 1970s for its simplicity and rich flavor. The pie typically consists of a buttery graham cracker crust filled with a creamy, indulgent mixture of sweetened condensed milk, whipped topping, and crushed pineapple. The addition of chopped pecans and shredded coconut elevates its texture, giving it both a crunch and chewiness that make every bite satisfying. What sets Millionaire Pie apart is its balance of flavors. The tangy sweetness of the pineapple complements the richness of the condensed milk, while the pecans and coconut add a layer of complexity. Often topped with extra whipped cream and additional pecans for garnish, this pie is perfect for potlucks and gatherings due to its easy preparation and ability to feed a crowd. Many variations of Millionaire Pie exist, some adding maraschino cherries for a burst of color or using lemon juice to enhance the tartness of the pineapple. The pie can be chilled for several hours to firm up, which also allows the flavors to meld, making it a refreshing yet rich dessert. Despite its luxurious name, the pie is cost-effective, using simple ingredients to create a treat that feels both fancy and approachable. Number 11. Coffee jelly. Coffee jelly is a unique dessert that gained attention in the 1970s for its simplicity and intriguing flavor. It's made by combining strong brewed coffee with gelatin and sugar to create a firm, slightly wobbly jelly with a deep coffee flavor. The balance between the bitterness of the coffee and the sweetness of the sugar is crucial in making this dessert a standout, offering a refreshing and sophisticated treat. Once the coffee and gelatin mixture sets, it is often cut into cubes and served in a glass or bowl. The presentation is typically enhanced by topping it with whipped cream or pouring sweetened condensed milk over the jelly. This adds a creamy contrast to the slightly bitter coffee, making it both visually appealing and delicious. Some variations of coffee jelly also include flavored syrups or a drizzle of chocolate for extra richness. While it may seem unconventional compared to more common desserts, coffee jelly became popular for its lightness and ease of preparation. It was especially appreciated by adults who preferred less sugary options, offering a balance between dessert and a coffee break. The texture of the jelly, combined with the flavor of freshly brewed coffee, makes it a refreshing dessert that feels modern, even by today's standards. Number 12. Peanut butter pie. Peanut butter pie is a rich, indulgent dessert that became widely popular in the 1970s, particularly in the southern United States. The pie is known for its creamy, luscious texture, combining the bold flavor of peanut butter with a smooth and airy filling. Typically, the pie begins with a graham cracker or Oreo cookie crust, adding a slightly crunchy, sweet base that complements the rich filling. The filling is often made by mixing peanut butter with cream cheese, sugar, and whipped topping or heavy cream, resulting in a smooth, mousse-like texture. This balance of flavors creates a dessert that is both sweet and salty, appealing to those who love the depth and richness of peanut butter. In many versions, the pie is chilled for several hours to allow the flavors to meld and the filling to firm up. Some variations of peanut butter pie also feature a layer of melted chocolate or a drizzle of chocolate sauce on top, enhancing the dessert with a decadent touch. Crushed peanuts or chocolate shavings are often used as garnishes, adding texture and visual appeal. This pie requires no baking, making it a quick and easy dessert option, which contributed to its popularity for family gatherings and potlucks. Its combination of simplicity, creamy texture, and bold flavor ensures its lasting appeal. Number 13. Custard bread pudding. Custard bread pudding is a classic dessert that combines leftover bread with a rich, creamy custard base, making it both economical and indulgent. The bread, often stale or slightly dry, is soaked in a mixture of eggs, milk, or cream, sugar, and vanilla, which transforms it into a soft, flavorful dessert once baked. The bread absorbs the custard, resulting in a texture that is both creamy and slightly firm, with a caramelized crust on top. What sets custard bread pudding apart is its versatility. The basic recipe can be enhanced with a variety of flavors and add-ins. For example, raisins, cinnamon, or nutmeg are common additions that bring warmth and depth to the dessert. Some versions incorporate chocolate chips, apples, or even a drizzle of bourbon or rum for an extra layer of flavor. The dessert is typically baked in a casserole dish and served warm, often with a topping such as whipped cream, caramel sauce, or a vanilla custard sauce. Custard bread pudding became especially popular for its ability to repurpose leftover bread, turning what would otherwise go to waste into a hearty, comforting dessert. It's a dessert rooted in tradition, evoking a sense of nostalgia while remaining adaptable to modern tastes. Number 14. Lemon Icebox Pie. Lemon Icebox Pie is a classic Southern dessert that became especially popular in the 1970s for its simplicity and refreshing flavor. This no-bake pie was traditionally made with a few key ingredients: sweetened condensed milk, fresh lemon juice, and egg yolks, which created a creamy, tangy filling that perfectly balanced sweetness with citrusy tartness. The filling was poured into a pre-made graham cracker crust, adding a crunchy, slightly sweet base that contrasted well with the silky lemon mixture. What made lemon icebox pie stand out was its simplicity and ease of preparation. Once the pie was assembled, it was placed in the refrigerator, or icebox, to chill for several hours or overnight. This allowed the filling to set without the need for baking, giving it a cool, firm texture that was perfect for hot summer days. Over time, modern versions of lemon icebox pie have evolved to include whipped cream or meringue toppings, offering a light, airy contrast to the rich, dense filling. The pie remains a favorite because of its bright, clean flavors and nostalgic ties to the past, providing a light, refreshing dessert option that's both satisfying and simple to make. Number 15. Zucchini Bread. Zucchini bread gained popularity in the 1970s as part of a broader trend toward using fresh garden produce in baked goods. It's a quick bread, meaning it uses baking powder or baking soda as leavening agents instead of yeast, making it easy to prepare. The star ingredient, zucchini, adds moisture and a subtle flavor that pairs well with the spices typically found in the recipe, like cinnamon and nutmeg. Zucchini bread became a favorite in home kitchens because it's an excellent way to use up an overabundance of zucchini, especially in late summer. The zucchini is usually grated, and its high water content ensures that the bread remains moist and tender even days after baking. Although zucchini itself has a mild flavor, the bread is often enhanced with add-ins like walnuts, pecans, or even chocolate chips for texture and extra richness. Despite its vegetable base, zucchini bread doesn't taste overwhelmingly green. Instead, it's slightly sweet with a hearty crumb, making it a popular choice for breakfast, snacks, or even dessert. Its versatility and simplicity contributed to its lasting appeal, and it remains a staple recipe for those who enjoy baking with seasonal ingredients. Number 16. Chocolate Ripple Cheesecake. Chocolate Ripple Cheesecake is a visually striking and indulgent dessert that became popular for its luxurious combination of textures and flavors. This dessert features a creamy cheesecake base, which is traditionally made from a mixture of cream cheese, sugar, eggs, and vanilla. What sets it apart is the inclusion of a rich chocolate ripple or swirl throughout the cheesecake, created by blending melted chocolate or chocolate ganache into the batter in decorative patterns. The ripple effect not only enhances the aesthetic appeal, but also offers a delightful balance between the tangy creaminess of the cheesecake and the deep, smooth flavor of the chocolate. The cheesecake is usually baked in a graham cracker or chocolate cookie crust, adding a crunchy base that contrasts with the velvety filling. While the ripple is often done using dark or semi-sweet chocolate, variations of the recipe can include milk or white chocolate for different flavor profiles. Some versions also incorporate a drizzle of chocolate ganache on top, or even sprinkle cocoa powder for a more intense finish. Chocolate Ripple Cheesecake is typically served chilled, allowing the layers and flavors to set, making each bite a perfect blend of creamy and chocolatey goodness. It's ideal for those who enjoy a sophisticated dessert that's as visually appealing as it is flavorful. Number 17. Sour Cream Pound Cake. Sour cream pound cake is a rich, moist variation of the traditional pound cake that became especially popular in the 1970s. The addition of sour cream to the classic pound cake recipe provides a tangy flavor and an incredibly tender texture, setting it apart from other cakes. The sour cream helps to keep the cake moist by adding extra fat and acidity, which also balances the sweetness of the cake, resulting in a perfectly balanced dessert. A typical sour cream pound cake recipe includes ingredients like butter, sugar, eggs, flour, baking powder, vanilla, and of course, sour cream. The batter is often denser than that of other cakes, which gives it its signature sturdy crumb. This type of cake is usually baked in a bundt or loaf pan, and the exterior forms a slight crust, while the interior remains soft and buttery. It's a versatile cake that can be enjoyed plain or with additional toppings such as a powdered sugar glaze, fresh fruit, or even whipped cream. The simplicity of the ingredients means the cake pairs well with coffee or tea and can be served for breakfast, dessert, or as a sweet snack. Sour cream pound cake's lasting popularity comes from its ability to maintain its moist texture for days, making it an ideal make-ahead dessert for gatherings or holidays.